Hello, I'm Mike, and this is the Enthusiast experiment. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at a product from Sigmatic. This is specifically their Mushroom Elixir, the Lion's Mane packets. These are individual, like single-serve packets, and yeah, convenient for on the go. But let's get into it. So, each pack of these does come with 20 packets when they're new. It is made by Sigmatic, and roughly a 20 packet box of this will be about $38. Sometimes they are on sale, but that's the price on the website, and that's what you can find them at, MSRP. There is no caffeine in these, and they are third-party lab tested, which I appreciate both of those. So if you are looking for a little bit of like a cognitive boost without kind of like the jitteriness of caffeine, or if caffeine gives you any issues, this may be a product for you to check out. I want to go over some things that Lion's Mane has been studied to potentially be helpful with. So let's get into it. So what are some things that Lion's Mane mushroom may do for you? So it could help with depression and anxiety. It could help reduce heart disease risk. It may improve blood sugar control. It may even fight cancer. There's been studies that show it reduces inflammation. It could boost your immune system, protect against dementia, Alzheimer's, and regrow nerve tissue at a more accelerated rate. And also it could improve cognitive performance. So now that we have all of the potential benefits, maybe not all of them, but the big ones out of the way for what Lion's Mane is, let's get into my review. And then I'll actually throw this, I have a little bit of warm water here, I'll throw this in there and mix it up and then give you a little taste play-by-play. But for me, if you guys have seen my other video about Sigmatic, I'll put a card up here. That one I don't think was as much of a winner as this one for me personally. Again, with anything like this, it's all subjective. Our bodies are so unique and completely different. What it does for me is going to be most likely different than what it does for you. How it tastes for me is probably going to be different for how it tastes for you. So I always recommend, if it is a product that I enjoy, I recommend you trying it for yourself and seeing how you like it. Even if I don't enjoy it, sometimes I still recommend, hey, it just may not have been for me, but it might be for you. So this is one of those. I definitely recommend maybe grabbing a single packet from a friend if they already have one of these, or going in, with somebody and splitting a box, because I do have to say $40 for 20 packets is pretty, or $38 is pretty expensive. But if you break it down per cost, without even getting it on sale, this is each serving, so each cup is roughly $2. That's probably cheaper than you're going to end up even paying for a cup of coffee. So it's just kind of that upfront sticker shock. But here's a look at the packaging. They do a really good job. I mean, this doesn't take up any space, so you could throw it in your bag, or bring it with you, whatever, throw a few in a travel bag. But yep, that's a look at the front. And the back, they do recommend that you mix it with 8 ounces of water, or a beverage of your choosing. I'm doing water for this. Sometimes I'll throw it in my coffee. But yep, there you go, hot water or mix in smoothies. And they recommend having one a day. I think some of the studies that they talk about actually do consecutive days. I kind of sporadically use these, so I have for about a week had this back to back to back. But again, as far as like a supplement that you would be taking daily, this is a little bit on the pricier side for me, at least. So I kind of I'll usually have a couple of these a week, but not on a day-to-day basis. Some of the ingredients here, you'll see the Lion's Mane extract, the mint extract, organic rosehip extract, organic rhodia extract, and some stevia leaf extract. So that is kind of a bummer. I like more bitter things, but I understand most of the world probably isn't the biggest fan of bitter beverages, so they put a little stevia in there to help offset that. And I'll give you a look at the box here in just a second too. I just want to get this mixed up so y'all can see. Rips off pretty easily, and down in there you can see the mushroom powder itself. It is super, super finely ground, which aids in its mixability. So I'm gonna chuck this in here and give it a quick stir while we look over the box together, and then we'll taste it and see what we think. I got this guy just because it's so much faster. Usually I just use a spoon, but you can see, I mean, that's easy peasy, super, super easy to mix. Obviously with a frother, it's going to be even easier than it would be with a spoon, but trust me when I say this stuff mixes pretty well. And there you go. You can see pretty well dissolved, giving a cool effect as it sloshes around in the glass there. And as for the box, this comes closed. I just tucked it in. This is like what they would do at a retail store. So you could see cute, you know, marketing and product or package design. They definitely do a good job with that. Here's the front. It is organic, comes with the 20 packets like we said. Enjoyment instructions, literally just open it and throw it in and drink it. The lion's mane fruiting body has some extracted mushrooms, and then there is 1,500 milligrams of lion's mane per serving. And they're saying the flavor profile is going to be sweet and smooth, and that's, again, that stevia coming into play. And then you can see there's about 5 calories per serving, but nothing else. A little bit of vitamin C. That was the, where is it? The rose hips, probably. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Not too much in here. Got the expiration on the bottom and a couple of other ideas to mix it with. But let's give it a taste and see what it tastes like. I do want to make clear this is not my first time having this. I've been using this product for quite a while. If you're new to the channel, I really like to put stuff through its paces before bringing it onto the channel, just so I can hopefully have the most accurate representation of the product in my eyes versus, you know, just cracking something open and then trying it on camera and being like, it works great. Not a big fan of those channels, but that's why we don't do that here. Again, yeah, this is, I probably mixed it with a little more water than I normally would, just for you guys here, but it is definitely smooth. There isn't that much bitterness. You definitely get a little bit of the sweetness, but it's not, I'm pretty sensitive to stevia drinks. I don't think it's too sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes you get those drinks and you drink them and you're like, whoa, this doesn't do that. It's definitely just enough to kind of take the bitterness of the mushrooms, you know, and round that off. So it's actually very palpable. And you definitely get a little bit of the mint. It's almost refreshing, especially, you could almost make this like an iced tea. No more, I wouldn't throw any more sweetness in there, but if you did that, mixed it in a little warm water and then threw in a bunch of ice cubes and a lemon wedge, I mean, this would almost be, you know, like a sweet tea, like a southern sweet tea. It's not that sweet. Again, remember, I'm not a huge sweet person. I like savory stuff or bitter. So for me, this would be about spot on. If anyone finds this not sweet enough, you know, throw a little bit of honey in there. Again, for me, mixing with my coffee, I tend to use it with darker coffees because this is kind of sweeter, so it kind of helps offset it. I feel like I typically drink light roasts. If I'm mixing this with a light roast, it might combat the, like, you know, compete with the flavors a little too much. But as far as benefits for me, nothing outstanding. Again, you don't get like the jitters or anything like you do with a, you know, big cup of caffeinated coffee, because there is no caffeine in here, so you can have it any time of day. But I will say, on repeated uses, I've noticed when I do take this, especially like in the morning or something, you know, next 3 to 4 hours, kind of after it gets into the system, probably takes about 30 minutes to an hour to kind of get absorbed in your stomach. But after that, I really do feel a little bit of a cognitive boost, you know, a little bit more kind of able to find the words that I'm looking for when talking and making sentences. And then also, you know, just a little bit more of the ability to kind of like focus and concentrate. If I have a crunch or a deadline and I'm trying to get some work done, this is something I might grab, you know, right before that, when I know I'm going to have a period of productivity, especially if it's uninterrupted and I can just kind of knock some stuff out. So I do, whether it's placebo or not, hey, placebo still works, right? So even if it is placebo, like, I'm a fan. I do really enjoy these. Now, like I said, on the other video I've done for Sigmatic, that product just wasn't for me. But I do think this is really, really good. And I will have another one coming up, so stay tuned, of their products, which is actually my favorite. But I wanted to get this out there and let you guys know what I think about it. I definitely would recommend it. I would at least recommend, you know, grabbing up a packet or two, giving it a try. But again, remember, they recommend multiple uses of it before you may even see an effect. So just because you try one and it doesn't do anything for you, maybe that's not enough. But again, is that marketing? Are they just trying to get you to buy a bunch of them? I don't know. I would just go in a box with a buddy. There's 10 in here. You know, you guys could split it. It'd be $20 each. You each would get 10 packets, and that's, you know, that's easily 2 weeks worth of like experiments on yourself to see if it's the product for you. But let me know down in the comments below, have you tried the Lion's Mane Elixir from Four Sigmatic? Are you a fan of it? Do you recommend it? What do you mix it with? And then if not, have you tried any of the other Four Sigmatic products and have you enjoyed those? Or do you take any mushroom supplements at all? I'm always curious to find cool stuff. So let me know down in the comments below if you have any tips, tricks, or other cool products to check out. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could give us a like, share, and thumbs up the video, that really helps. And subscribe if you enjoyed this and would like to see more content, as that helps the channel grow. Until we meet again, cheers.